Hello guys, welcome. Today I have this video from this student who confronted Kristan Hawkins, and the way it unfolds will surprise you. Let's jump into the video and watch.
It's disgusting, and you should be damn ashamed of yourself, and I don't believe that, and I'm not gonna fight until people like you do not have a place to come on here on my campus that I paid a school to go to and spew your fucking lies. I have a personal question for you. Are your beliefs about abortion and life and conception, does that have anything to do with your personal religious beliefs? Your belief that life begins at conception, that is not shared by a lot of people. It's not shared by me. It's not shared by any of my friends. So I'm asking you, why should your moral belief be the end all be all and make the law and take away the right to a clean, safe abortion for women to have? And the fact that you can sit here and say that the rapist baby, the seed or whatever you want to call it, the baby that's still in your belly and that it's not born yet, that you should be forced to have that, it's disgusting. And the fact that you can come over here and have an entire career based off of this, and I'm not done speaking, and then you can sit here in front of my friend who was a victim of rape and say that she should have that baby, it's disgusting. And you should be damn ashamed of yourself, and I don't believe that, and I'm not gonna fight until people like you do not have a place to come on here on my campus that I paid a school to go to and spew your fucking lies.
Well, I believe.
I mean, this lady, she is mad, folks. Oh my goodness. Sure. But hey, I don't think that's the way, that's the approach, that's the right approach to, even when you disagree with someone, when you want to share views, different views, you can't be aggressive like that, you can't be shouting like that. No, it's wrong, I mean, it's wrong, literally, you don't do that. And the sad thing is, when you look at these girls, these are beautiful girls, I mean, you should walk there, these are beautiful girls. But if they're growing up this way, ladies and gentlemen, what's happening to society? What's happening to society? It seems as if each and every single day, things are actually getting worse, when they ought to be getting better. And that's just bad, But anyways, let's watch further.
In the First Amendment, do you believe in the First Amendment?
Do you?
Do you believe in the First Amendment? I've allowed you to sit here and scream at me for an hour and a half and
saying I don't believe that you should have the right to
things.
take away my access to a clean, safe abortion as a human right. I have the right to have the autonomy over my own body. You have the right to your autonomy over your own body. We both get knocked up, have sex, both of us pregnant. You want to abort it? You don't want to abort it? Your decision. If I want to abort it, I'm going to fucking do that. Okay. So who are you to sit here and tell me?
I don't want to own a slave, but you want to own a slave. Am I supposed to just sit around and say that?
Do not sit here in front of a microphone and compare owning a slave to me, you white fucking bitch. You have no idea.
Whoa, come on, language, come on. Nice. Show. Ladies and gentlemen, these are students. Can you imagine? These are students. This is not like a pub, with people are just exchanging, views and stuff, or arguing. No, these are literally students. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, I always say this. Parents, it's high time you raise your kids well. Raise your kids well. Remember what the Bible, God's word says. Train up a child in the way that he must go, so that when he grows, he will not depart from it. Yeah, literally. Because when you ignore the development of your kids, this is what turns out, This is what turns out. And it's terrible. It's terrible. Oh my goodness. And the sad thing is, her friends in the back, they're actually cheering her on. They're cheering her on. Well, let's continue watching.
Sit here and say this shit to me.
Ma'am, that is the argument you just made.
No, it's not. No, it is not. That is your incorrect interpretation. That is a logical fallacy. You think you can sit here and go ring around the rosy with me?
Argument. Are you done with your question? Because you asked me like...
You haven't answered anything. You've actually just made a statement and completely deterred my argument in a completely different way. Oh, do you think that you can own a slave? If I want to own a slave, can I own a slave? How can you sit here with a straight face and say that to me? How is you not embarrassed of yourself?
Okay, can you want me to answer your question? How can you sit here and deny biology?
How can you sit here and deny biology? I'm asking you the same question.
Do you want me to answer your questions? If you will sit down, I will answer your questions.
I'm going to stand right here, and I want you to tell me how you...
You know, these little kids, I mean, this is what happens most of the time when these little kids don't have a man, a father figure in their homes, in their lives, literally. This is what happens. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a devil out there. There is an enemy out there, and his number one strategy is to destroy the families. He knows by destroying the families, having the man and the woman live separately, divorces, and then kids are raised or kids are involved in those kind of relationships and setups. This is what happens. This is the outcome that comes from those things. Yeah, literally. Because I mean, look at how she just look at how she's speaking. Look at how she talks. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is what usually happens when there is no father figure in their lives growing up. Yeah. So don't tell me it's okay to sleep around and be a single mom, or just maybe if you're a guy, just let the woman go or something. No, it's not okay. Take responsibility. They need to be taught responsibility. Well, let's finish up the video.
You think it's okay to compare owning a slave to having an abortion? It is not even in the same ballpark.
Yes, because
Black people were not seen as people in this country.
Yes,
they were
just like what
enslaved.
you've done time and time again tonight to an unborn child. You have argued.
Unborn child, not living. Black people already existed. They were born.
Unborn children are living,
literally
man.
born into slavery.
Would you like me to answer your questions? I can't answer if you keep screaming at me. Do you want me to answer your questions?
I'm waiting.
Are you going to stop
Are
talking?
you going to answer my question? Or are you going to sit here and look stupid?
Oh, man.
I'm quiet right now. I'm quiet.
This is why we have the First Amendment, so they can
Am I
do this.
speaking?
So, no. When we talk about abortion, we talk about the living human being that's
Look at what
present
she's
inside
doing.
of a mother's womb. Biology confirms this fact. This is not a religious belief that I hold. This is a scientific fact. The law of biogenesis says like begets like. We know the definition of life, and we know what's inside of a mother is living because that child is growing. You can call the child a fetus, a clump of cells, whatever, but the fact is that entity, which is a member of our human species, because two humans can't reproduce anything other besides a human, is in fact alive. The arguments that you're making to support your extremist beliefs to justify
It's not
abortion
extremist.
is
It's
that
basic
the
human
child
right that
in
you're
the
trying to
womb
take away
doesn't
from
have
me.
value. The argument you're trying to and failing to make, in the argument that you really
You don't get to
should be
sit here and tell me
debating
what my
on-
argument is. If you want to
Ma'am,
answer
you
my
said you'd be
question, then
quiet.
answer my question.
Ma'am, you said you'd be quiet.
Answer the
The
question.
argument you're failing to make, and argument you should be making, is that you believe that the human inside of the womb has less value than a woman, and that certain people get to
Yes, it does,
decide.
because it's her
Exactly.
body, her choice.
Exactly.
Her body,
That is
exactly.
your
Her
act-
body, her
Ma'am,
choice.
that is your argument.
Sorry.
It is not that it's not a human being or that's living, because that's flat out denying biology. We know it's living, and we know it's a human being.
What else would
What
it
you're
be?
arguing is that child doesn't have the same right to life as his or her mother, because you have decided, and what you said during your comments was that if I got pregnant and chose not to have an abortion, I can do that, but you can choose to have abortion because the mother gets to decide the value of that person.
The mother,
That is
it's the mother's child. That's
Bam.
exactly
You're
what
I mean, just imagine you're a young little boy, then you marry this lady. All hell breaks loose. I feel sorry for these kids, I feel sorry for them. Literally, I feel sorry for them. Because the sad reality is they actually think that they are correct. She thinks she's right. I can guarantee you, the moment she leaves this debate, she's gonna go and celebrate with her friends and tell them, I just won a debate. I owned that woman. I destroyed her. Literally, that's what she's gonna do. How sad. How pathetic that is. I feel sorry for them. I really do. Let's finish off the video.
Let me answer your question. That's exactly what
Shut up.
happened. That's exactly what happened. in pre-Civil War America. You could choose to assign value to Black Americans depending on what you felt like. You could say, oh, I am against slavery because I know these people are human beings that have value and no one has the right to own another human person. But if I was a plantation owner in the South, I could say, yeah, they have some value, but they don't have full value because I deem it. It's a slippery slope. And that is not, by the way, that is not a religious belief. This is a scientific belief that this is a human being. Where we can differ on our belief is the value we assign. No, there's other people behind you. There's value that you assign to human beings.
She said I could ask a
that
question
is the actual debatable question here today.
No,
is what
it's
is
not.
the value we assign to human beings in the womb? Does a human being in the womb have the same value,
Are you gonna
the
stop
same
going
right
round
to
and
life
around and around
as
and
other
repeating
people,
yourself?
or do they not? That is the true pro-abortion argument. That if you would have taken an hour to research, you could have come and made. But you failed
Can
to
I
do
ask
that
my
because
question
you denied
now?
biology.
Can I
Next
ask my
person.
question
No,
now?
you can get behind the line. Back the
You
line.
can sit here and
You can
like
get in the
try
back
and
of the line.
create
She's been
this
waiting
argument
patiently.
and idea that you have of what we believe in and push it back in my face, but it's not going to work. Your
You
little
can get in the back of the line.
logical fallacy, ring around the rosy, will not work on us. You disgust me, and if
All right,
biology,
she's been waiting to speak, ma'am. You're not allowing other women to speak. Suck my cock.
Oh my word. Oh dear. Can you imagine this? This is what's happening in the schools nowadays. Yo, this is crazy. One thing that this lady, this girl, is failing to realize is that if her parents, if her mother decided to abort her, she wouldn't be here today. She wouldn't be here today. So she is alive. She can speak like, she can pretty much do anything on the earth because she's alive, right? She's a human. Simply because her parents decided not to abort her. So isn't that privilege ought to be given to every child? I know, of course I'm not naive. I know there are cases and situations where pregnancies may come from rape, those unfavorable circumstances. I know, and I'm not naive about this. But ladies and gentlemen, did you know that there are adoption centers? There are centers. There are actually a lot of people now who are in need of children, and they are willing to adopt the children. So I don't get it. Why is it that it's an offer or an option these people are not willing to take? Come on. Why not take that option? Why do you have to kill a child? Huh? Why do you have to kill a child? My body, my choice. My body, my choice. Not really. Just do the right thing, that's all. Do the right thing. Choices have consequences. As long as you're doing whatever you're doing, if it's stupid, you may end up in prison. But when it comes to killing someone, no, we can't be quiet about that. We cannot be quiet. Of course I could laugh at this, but it is truly my desire that this lady and her friends and all the groups that they represent, that they discover the truth and lead a peaceable life for themselves, a true life of meaning, purpose. And where do you get this? You get this in God, in Christ Jesus. That's where you find true meaning and purpose. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. What you think about this one. I just want to hear your views. And I look forward again to seeing you again next time. It's bye-bye for now.